Basically, we're joining this video where what it is these two twins live together and they've become hoarders, and these people have come in to take the stuff out of the house. The words I want you to understand is Hunter's virus, a new virus, which we're going to see in a minute. Well, that's what we're being told. But in America, in one of these hoarders, they're mentioning it. So, and it's not airborne, and you can't just, you'd have to be directly from those feces. So, it's not a virus like that. You can only get it from rodents' feces. Hang on, I'll just play it so you can hear.
And clinical psychologist Dr. Moran.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. DJ Moran, and I'm a clinical psychologist here essentially to support Patty and Phyllis today with what is really a courageous effort on their part. So what I'd like to do is make sure that we all realize that we're here to support them in a very valuable effort that they're going forward with and we're helping them with. And that is to continue to live together in their home in a healthy way.
Before the team can begin, they must also be briefed by biohazard expert Eduardo Lopez on the threats they may encounter in the twins' home.
I've already done a walkthrough of the house, and basically there's certain threats that I've been able to identify that could potentially cause you some harm. E. coli, typhoid, paratyphoid, and cholera. We have the hantavirus, which is essentially from the rodent feces, gastroenteritis.
And then we watched this video. Now, I've played a few of her videos because, remember, she's the one that told us that all the mobile phones had been turned off. Then she told us that there was going to be a lawsuit. And now she's going to put in the virus, this new one, Hunter's virus. But she's going to explain it. It's airborne. It's this. It's the new killer. But it's not. You can only get it from rat poisoning. So what they're going to do? Spray us with rat stuff? Yeah, just listen to how she explains it.
China. A new killer virus. It's called the hantavirus. You must have seen it trending on social media today. The virus is old, but the concerns are new, and so is the death. We don't want to spread panic, but we must know the facts. What is going on in China? Global Times, the mouthpiece of the Chinese Communist Party, was the first to report about this virus, the hantavirus as they're calling it. It said that one person from the Yunnan province of China died on a chartered bus today. This person was later tested positive for the hantavirus. There are at least 32 people, there were 32 people on that bus, and they're all being tested for any possible infection. As I said, the virus is not new. One report says the coronavirus may have weakened the immune system of people, so those who survived the Wuhan virus are now more vulnerable to other strains. And that is why we are seeing cases like these. So what exactly is this virus and what causes it? The Center for Control of Disease and Prevention, the CDC, calls it the orthohantavirus. That is the full name. The virus is spread mainly by rodents like rats, squirrels and hamsters. How exactly do they spread the virus? Through droppings and saliva. If a person comes in contact with the excreta or saliva of rodents, then he or she can be infected. In some cases, even a bite by an infected animal can cause it. What are the symptoms? Fatigue, fever, muscle ache, dizziness and...
Hunter virus is already in America, right? The guy was talking about it at the beginning of the video. She's making it sound like there's going to be a pandemic now on Hunter's virus. It's just ridiculous, all this, isn't it? Just ridiculous.
It's a very scary figure. What's even more worrying is the fact that this figure is entirely based on previously confirmed cases. And there weren't many cases in the past. So the short answer is, yes, it's fatal. Now, the most important question right now is this: can the hantavirus spread to humans? Even the World Health Organization does not have a proper answer to that. It says human-to-human transmission of the hantavirus is under investigation, meaning they don't know for sure. It's best to be honest. They must also give the world assurance that if the hantavirus explodes, they will not rely on what China is telling them. They will independently investigate. Because we need to remember what the WHO said about the Wuhan virus. And yet look where we are, 17,000 deaths and counting. And while the WHO investigates, they must also look at the name, hantavirus. Do you know why it's called the hantavirus? Because it originated near the Hantan River in South Korea. It's named after a place, a river. It's curious that nobody finds that racist. This is a story that we'll track. We just hope there's nothing to track here. The world is not ready for another wave.
I'm only making this video today because that Indian channel is going on and on about Hunter's virus, but as you can see, hoarders have to deal with it all the time. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, one more time with the hoarders.
E. coli, typhoid, paratyphoid, and cholera. We have the hantavirus, which is essentially from the rodent feces, gastroenteritis, and hepatitis A.